here at a brick paver job today, and really I want to show you guys how to get these clean without using any chemicals. Now I know there's some people that say, oh no, we're not only cleaning it, we're sanitizing and disinfecting, or whatever they want to say. That's cool, but the customer hired us to clean it. We're gonna sand it and seal it after. So I'm not too worried about organic growth. We're gonna put a solvent-based sealer on it, and most things can't live through that. I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. First thing first, we got the 4 GPM right here. Okay, we got the surface cleaner, and the process is pretty simple, guys. It's the same as anything else, really. First, we're just gonna go ahead and surface clean everything, hit all these weeds. Most of the weeds and moss, most of that stuff will come out, the real loose stuff. Anything else that does not come up, stuff like this. Okay, you take the turbo nozzle to the joints, okay? And there's a specific way that you want to do it, and you'll get better with that as you continue to learn and grow in this industry here. The process is pretty simple, guys. So I'm gonna set you up somewhere. Just watch me go ahead and do it. No chemical involved. I only use chemical on, if it's really, really dirty, as far as like actual black dirt or actual, really, really heavy organic growth everywhere, then I might do it. But don't really need it when you got a good enough machine, good enough cleaning practice. So it works out pretty well. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna set you up. Let's do it. One thing you want to keep in mind when you're using the turbo nozzle, you want to make sure that you're not hitting the house. Like, that's kind of my biggest pet peeve with it. Don't hit the house, because you will get a lot of mud flying around. You do not want it to be all over the house. You got to do 2 washes at once. So, time for a new gas container. All right, guys, that's pretty self-explanatory. Again, we're gonna go ahead. I know there were some audio issues right there, but the process is simple. We're gonna go ahead and take that surface cleaner, hit all of the brick pavers like normal. Then after that, go ahead and rinse it with the turbo nozzle. Now we will go ahead and do another rinse with the white tip after the turbo nozzle, but I like to go ahead and just kind of do a quick rinse with the turbo nozzle. That way I can rinse everything and hit all the weeds at the same time. If you do the rinse well enough with the turbo nozzle, you won't have to come back for a second white tip rinse, unless you're just going over the furniture and protecting the home and all that other stuff, which you should, because that's really important. We definitely want to protect the customer's property. All right, so that's the first section. Again, the surface cleaner is just to get all of the dirt off of the surface. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, to address the weeds and the moss, and this is actually pretty heavy on this patio here. So, maybe chemical should have been used. But no, that's okay, because we got the turbo nozzle. We're gonna take that to it. That should do it. So now we just gotta find this thing. All right, so this right here is the turbo nozzle for you. Those of you who don't know, if you don't have one of these, go pick one of these up. I think this is essential in your kit if you're doing brick pavers or anything that's kind of just kind of heavy cleaning in general. Again, we don't want to push anything towards the actual house. We're going to push everything out that way towards the grass, and that way we don't have to clean everything up again. Wear your safety glasses for this, maybe a long sleeve shirt or whatever if you're real sensitive to mud and dirt and all that stuff, because it's going to get pretty muddy in a second. But this process works pretty good. Make sure you also keep the surface cleaner on an angle. You'll see it when I do it. Keep it on an angle. You don't want to go the turbo nozzle. You don't want to directly hold it against the pavers, because if you do, it's just going to etch everything up. So you want to kind of have it at an angle, so it's kind of chiseling at the joints, and just kind of walk through all your joints and knock them out one by one. Let's set y'all up. Let's get to it. So there you have it. We got, you see the surface cleaner loosened up all the dirt, loosened up a lot of the weeds and moss in the joints. Now we're just coming through with the turbo nozzle, like I said earlier, and we're just rinsing everything up. You see I'm walking through each of these joints individually. I'm double checking, triple checking, making sure I don't miss anything. There's some people that'll leave a few pieces of moss in there. It's a bad look. Don't be one of those guys that's doing that. Obviously, you see I'm rinsing away from the house. Everything else is gonna get muddy, but that's okay. All we gotta do is just come back and rinse it down with the white tip. Now the camera did end up dying on me right here, so I apologize for that. But it is what it is. You see the process. You don't gotta see every square inch of it. You copy this, you'll be good.
99 beats.
got this patio in the back done. Got this up here, the camera died, so sorry about that, y'all get the rest of it. But everything that we started, had a turbo nozzle cleaned all the way up to there. And the process is very simple, guys. I mean, you saw it just right there. All I did was just click on the turbo nozzle all the way through. Look how pretty these bricks are. Nice. We're actually gonna level this, make that a lot nicer for us as well. That's that, man. It's really simple. If there is any little green stuff, we'll notice it when we put in our sand, and then from there we can just go ahead and pluck it out and reset it. Yeah, that's pretty much the process, man. Again, if you weren't gonna come back to resand this, then I would recommend that you spend a little bit more time, make sure that all of the green is actually gone. But you know, since we got 2 more steps to do in our process, you know, we'll be back here, and it makes it a lot easier for us. I don't want to have to run this water, get all muddy again, just for you know, 3 little weeds. So we got protection here now, front, and the last is the walkway. And we're all good on this one. So got some juice on this phone. Put you guys back up on this tripod, and let's get back to it. And just as a comparison, this is what that looked like, man. All the way through. I haven't been washed for like 5 years. But it's about as thick as it gets. Real important before we pick that off, what you guys did not see is me rinsing down every single thing on this property except this side of this thing. But every single thing over here, everything got muddy. We rinsed it all down. The house, the windows, everything. They got a little mud on it, and that's super important because you will be getting a call back talking about, hey man, you got mud all over my, you know, you don't want to deal with that. So make sure that you rinse everything when you're done using that turbo nozzle with the white tip. Don't rinse with the turbo nozzle on no glass. That's all. If y'all know which way you gotta hold the damn camera to get the full screen effect, please let a brother know. Thank you. Just want to put another emphasis on the rinsing. That's really important, guys. Do not skip that step. Otherwise, you would have just done it for nothing. And again, don't rinse with the turbo nozzle on a window or something like that. If you are gonna take that chance, like you see, I kind of did that in that video. Make sure you're way back and make sure that the water is doing the work and not the actual nozzle.
Squeaky clean.
Same deal here. You know, we got mud all over the place on that truck a little bit. I try to protect that. You just want to make sure that you're rinsing everything where you could have got mud on that light post, you know, any plants or anything like that. Don't hit the plants with the pressure nozzle or pressure wand. Turn the machine off, take your tip out, and just kind of rinse them with the like, kind of faucet or whatever you want to call it. Through your gun or your hose or whatever the case may be. If you don't or you forget to, you can always be like, yeah, you know, the rain will take care of that in the future as well. So. All right, all done. Yeah, here we go. Cool, nice and clean, nice and clean. Front's nice and clean. We'll return as soon as we can, probably within a few days, to apply the sand. We are expecting some rain, so we'll see how that works out. Yeah, that's it, guys. That's pretty simple. That's how it goes, man. If you got any questions, want to drop a comment, we're gonna drop the sanding video and the sealing video, kind of a 3-part series with this one. So look out for that. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, drop a comment. If you got some questions, just hit the subscribe button. Join this community of future 1%ers, like-minded individuals. Hop on the train, baby. Hey, keep hustling. Let's get it.